Gregor, for our children, what do we do in 15 seconds?
We just have to ensure that we continue to have effective support system, counseling techniques, theoretical approaches, so our children can feel safe and we can protect our children in these type of traumatic situation.
Right, that's all the time we have for you then here on Lead Story. Stay with us as Nika Lewis is up next with CVM's News at 7.
This is unbelievable. Absolute carnage.
Need to estimate your duty? Perform a track and trace? Search for a declaration?
Then download the Jamaica Customs mobile app today. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at noon. It's Tuesday, October 7, 2025. I'm Amoy Harriet. Thanks for joining us. Up first this afternoon, police are seeking the father of 13-year-old Shantina Sargent to turn himself in. The body of the missing second-form student of Christiana High School in Manchester was found on Monday. Now, Shantina was reported missing by her father on Friday. Her body was found on Monday by police, covered under a zinc next to a burnt-out refrigerator at the back of a house. She would have been 14 years old today. Now, our news team spoke with commanding officer for the Manchester Division, Superintendent Kerry Duncan.
Santina was last seen on Wednesday of last week, and as part of our investigations, the detectives in that space visited her home where the child remains of a body believed to be that of Santina was found in a burnt out refrigerator. Yes, the child remains of a body was found in a burnt-out refrigerator, believed to be that of Shantina Sargent. We are currently looking for her father, Mr. Lawrence Sargent, whom we believe at this point can assist in our investigations.
The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, has expressed sadness following the tragic killing of 4-year-old Shannon Gordon in Linstead, St. Catherine, and the wounding of an 11-year-old child in the same attack. The agency says it's never a good feeling when a child's life is cut short in such a violent and senseless manner, and is reminding Jamaicans that every child deserves protection, love, and a safe environment.
When is the violence going to stop? When are our children going to be targeted? Stop targeting, right? And it's just not a good feeling when we as adults who are there to protect our children can go to the extent of turning a firearm on a helpless child, 4 years old. I mean, that child, I'm not sure if the child can probably speak probably a full sentence, but I guess it's what it is. The heart of us as adults who are supposed to be protectors is not where it's supposed to be. The children are our future and they need to be protected. We need to harness their ability so that they can live a fulfilled life, live out their full potential. That's what I would say. We just need to stop.
Now, a joint police-military operation in Banana Ground, Manchester has resulted in the seizure of an illegal firearm and several rounds of ammunition. Around 6:30 Monday morning, a team led by Inspector Saunders carried out a targeted raid at a 3-bedroom house in the community. Now, during the operation, officers intercepted 35-year-old Lionel Ricketts, who was a videographer and welder from British Columbia, Canada, and Banana Ground, Manchester, as he attempted to leave the premises. premises. Now, following a search warrant presented to 77-year-old Lena Ricketts, officers searched the house and reportedly found a backpack containing a pistol and 9mm rounds of ammunition hidden under a bed. Also taken into custody were 29-year-old social media influencer Amar Pete Gill of British Columbia and Miss Lena Ricketts. Now, all three have been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Now, they're expected to appear in the Manchester Parish Court at a later date. The police are continuing their investigations into the incident. Now, residents living in sections of Whithorn, Petersfield and adjoining communities in Westmoreland are appealing to authorities to address the grave situation of stray animals along the roadways. The concerned residents, who didn't wish to speak on camera, said in recent weeks there have been a significant increase in the number of road accidents related to stray animals, some of which have been fatal. Now, they're calling on the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation and other authorities to address the situation with urgency. Now, several people were rushed to hospital following a two-vehicle collision along the Carey Park Main Road in Trelawney on Sunday. Reports from the Rio Bueno police are that about 5:15 p.m., a grey Nissan 80 wagon and a black Toyota Corolla Fielder collided in the vicinity of the JPS stub station. Now, it's believed that the driver of the Nissan lost control of the vehicle after skidding, crashing into the oncoming Corolla Fielder. Now, both vehicles sustained extensive damage. 7 occupants from both cars were taken by ambulance to hospital with what appeared to be moderate injuries. In the meantime, operations officer for the Trelawney Division, ASP Shamar Edwards, warns motorists of speeding on the roadways.
Please be advised to reduce your speed and exercise caution while driving. Your safety is our top priority, and we urge you to take the necessary precautions to prevent accidents and save lives. As we approach the Christmas season, be vigilant. With more people traveling to visit loved ones and enjoy holiday festivities, our roads will be busier than usual. Let's work together to ensure everyone gets to their destination safely.
Now, residents of Mavis Bank in the Blue Mountain area are once again lamenting the poor road conditions. They're calling on the authorities to fix the roads in and around the area or the farming community, which has for decades caused great unease. Giselle Mills tells us more.
At Mavis Bank, where the roads are in deplorable conditions, we spoke to a few residents to get their feedback and to allow their voices to be heard.
Good evening to the whole Jamaica and the whole world. I am Oni Laz. I apply the routes from Mavis Bank to Adlis Gap with the students them, and it's been deplorable for the past, I don't even know how much in years now. We're on the road I drive, and every day I have to fix something on the bus. We need the relevant authority then to come and help we. We need them because we did a plan of demonstration, but now me soon, me just tell you, carrying this make everybody see it. We need justice.
Another resident told us the road has never been properly upgraded in close to 50 years.
I'm 49, and it has been this way.
So we are on our own when we want to get it fixed, because you have to repair your vehicle. Because the parts, the front end parts and all of that, when it dropped down in the holes, the potholes, yeah man, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. How is it getting to and from on a daily basis?
Rough.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible.
Rough.
Yes, we need the road to fix because the road is very bad. From Mount Charles coming down, we need the road to fix. I beg you, please, if we can do something towards it.
Giselle Mills reporting for CVM News.
Now, Jamaica will host the Caribbean's first Fab Lab, a high-tech center to drive agricultural innovation. Now, a Fab Lab is a digital fabrication laboratory equipped with state-of-the-art technology where Internet of Things equipment is designed and produced for specific applications, in this case, agriculture. Now, the project was confirmed during talks between Agriculture Minister Floyd Green and Director General of the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, Dr. Manuel Otoro, at the Caribbean Week of Agriculture in St. Kitts and Nevis last week. Now, Minister Green said the initiative supports Jamaica's push to modernize farming and position the country as a regional leader.
Jamaica is making it clear that agriculture is a national priority, and we're determined to lead the region on a new trajectory of innovation and resilience. Through this collaboration with ECO, we're investing in our farmers and our agripreneurs at home, but also importantly, positioning Jamaica as a hub for regional and global agricultural advancement.
A Member of Parliament for Eastern Hanover, Andrea Perkis, is continuing her drive to meet the needs of residents in sections of her constituency facing what she has described as a water crisis.
I met with NWC last week, I believe it was last week, Thursday or Wednesday. It was a good conversation. We will be having a new conversation moving forward where Mount Peliot is concerned, as that area has over 2,000 residents and they have no pipe water at all. So a new conversation will happen where that area is concerned. With regards to Eastern Hanover in general, there are plans in place to improve booster stations so we can get more water flowing to more areas. And that was a conversation that I had with NWC. We also spoke about different sources of water, because maybe that is the fix that we will need, to have some new sources so we can have the water spread on a broader scale. However, that will be, it will be costly, you know, but of course, as the Member of Parliament for Eastern Hanover, I can't think about the cost first. I have to think of the ways, and then we have the discussions after. You know, we have to get creative, but we must bring more water to the people of Eastern Hanover.
And MP Perkis also referenced the community of Woodlands and the issue of its water tank, which she says is necessary for storage.
There is an ongoing water issue in Woodlands. It existed from a good while now. Before the general elections, the issue of the tank was there. The holes were there in the tank, and you know, the residents are complaining bitterly. The residents are suffering. I met with NWC last week, Thursday, I believe, and they have some plans to replace the tank. In the meantime, though, water is being trucked to Woodlands as a band-aid solution.
Abuse in every form is wrong and requires the involvement of a nation. It's therefore very important to know the facts and stay informed in order to assist in the process of protecting the children from what many adults have endured in the past. Caroline Brown zooms in on carnal abuse.
The sexual offenders, we need you to leave our children alone. We are encouraging you to seek professional psychological help for the issue that you are experiencing. But it is very important that you leave our children alone, give them a chance to grow up and have a normal life.
The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, is not letting up on calling out pedophiles who continue to abuse minors while dodging carnal abuse charges.
So carnal abuse is a form of sexual abuse. It is specifically the act of sexual intercourse with a person under the age of 16. So whether it is consensual or non-consensual, because a child under the age of 16 cannot give consent.
In 2024, some 2,533 incidents of sexual abuse were reported to the National Children's Registry, the NCR. In August 2025 alone, 224 incidents were documented. based on trends and external influences, there are concerns some cases are not being reported, but the CPFSA's Public Relations and Communications Manager is encouraging minors to report abuse.
Children who are exposed to a lot of adult content may feel, if they are being harmed or abused, that this abuse is normal because of the content that they are exposed to. And so we are encouraging parents to ensure that you do your best to keep your children or to keep adult content away from your children, whether it's content on social media, so to put in proper parental blocks on their cell phones or tablets to limit screen time, to ensure that when they're using their electronic devices, that you're around, you hear and know and see what it is that they're watching, what it is that they're looking at. It's also very important for parents to keep a line of communication open with their children about sex, sexual touching, about the dangers of unsafe adults, so that they know that if something has happened to them, they can come and speak to their parents about it.
And it's time for a break. Stay with us. More when we come back.
Comfort can replace pain. Peace can replace turmoil. Hope can replace sorrow. God loves you. God hears you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Come, hear the words God has for you.
Getting the keys to your own home is a feeling many cannot describe. It's a moment we all hope for, and a dream that all Jamaicans have. The new social housing program is the difference between a dream and reality. The government, through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, is building hope, one home at a time.
Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake is assuring the country the men responsible for Sunday's mass murder in Commodore Linseed St. Catherine will be caught and dealt with. Meanwhile, the head of the Area 5 Police concedes additional sensitization may be needed to help residents identify legitimate police officers following reports that Sunday's attackers posed as police officers. Details in this report.
We will not rest until these guys are brought to justice.
An assurance from the island's top cop after yet another mass shooting. He's calling on Jamaicans to shun the men who murdered 5 people, including a 4-year-old.
I want to especially make mention to young Shannon, 4 years of age, did not get the chance to grow up because of some woodlums who have nothing to contribute to society. But this is what they do. And it is time that we as a people exercise intolerance of this type of senseless behavior. We do not need to give them shelter. These guys are somewhere being sheltered by someone.
Dr. Blake says the force will expend all resources necessary to bring the perpetrators to justice.
One of the things that these guys fear most is alienation from their support. And we ask that you do not support these criminals. They have absolutely no contribution to make.
In the meantime, Assistant Commissioner of Police Christopher Phillips says the force may have to do more public education following revelation that the attackers impersonated lawmen.
In those situations, residents do have a right to say, can I see some identification?
Sure. Even since night we were on the scene, we had to show them our IDs, because they were so traumatized. They still never believe that the real police officers are here. But as I said, it's pretty concerning, and if it requires additional public sensitization, then we will have to do that.
ACP Phillips concedes residents were traumatized when legitimate lawmen arrived. Giovanni Dennis, CVM News.
Now, experts say the recent increase in murders is affecting the mental and psychological health of witnesses across the nation. On a CVM's lead story on Monday, criminologist Dr. Jason Mackay identified gangs as the common enemy to be held accountable, while counseling psychologist and guidance counselor Dr. Jeremy McGregor says the children being exposed to such violence may see them developing their own emotional trauma.
It will affect other children and also children in the family, neighbors, the communities that are in close proximity, and even the nation on a whole. So the traumatic event of this affecting our children, it's going to be difficult on teachers, it's going to be difficult on stakeholders and our education system.
There is a common enemy out there, and there are gangs, and that is the reality. And sometimes the gangs carry out crimes on a more frequent basis, but with smaller impacts, or they do it in single impacts like this. It's just what gangs do.
In news now, overseas renewable energy overtook coal as the world's leading source of electricity in the first half of this year, a historic first according to new data from the global energy think tank EMBO. Now, however, EMBO said the headlines mask a mixed global picture. We hear more from the BBC.
The world's renewable revolution has passed a crucial turning point, according to the global energy think tank EMBO. China is leading the charge. It added more solar and wind capacity than the rest of the world combined, reduced